Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to another Friday Q&A. Before we get started, I will have a video out next Monday about my training with NextRep and the supported production calls, how that went, pluses, minuses, scheduling, all that other good stuff. So on with our Q&A. These questions, if you're not familiar with Friday Q&As, have been either emailed, commented on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. How do you deal with boredom and loneliness? So, working from home and living in a small city, that can be a little challenging, but I prefer to keep hobbies. I do a lot of gardening, so this year I've got tomatoes, green bell peppers, red and orange sweet peppers, melons, cucumbers, and strawberries. So, and the cucumbers are the pickling cucumbers, the kind you turn into pickles. So I do that every day. I've got some pets. You see my little pet over here, one of my cats, the other cat's by the window. I talk with friends and family that are scattered throughout the United States. So sometimes that's just Facebook calling, sometimes it's Zoom. Um, I do a lot of walking. I've lost some weight. I've got a Fitbit Charge 5 that I got back in last October. And on that, I've done over 330 miles. So a lot of steps. I'm more than 3/4 of the way to a million steps. So I've lost some weight from that. I do have iced tea today. Just feeling the need. I swim. We have a swimming pool here in the apartment complex. So that's basically kind of, I keep myself busy. Okay. How many applications should I fill out per week? So let's back up and talk about resumes for a little bit. You should have 3 resumes. Now, my background is customer service and sales. So I have a generic resume, a customer service based resume, and a sales based resume, depending on the position I'm trying to apply to. So basically, I label it Rebecca Howell customer service resume, Rebecca Howell sales resume, Rebecca Howell resume. And when you're looking at talking about how many applications you fill out per week, there's a couple of schools of thought. So for the first group of people, they are very targeted. So they're looking for a certain position at a certain pay point for certain hours. And that's part of that work life balance. Some people have to pick up kids, some people have elder care, some people homeschool, and then other people are open availability. So, it's 2 different pools. Another group of people, they just apply and we'll see what sticks. And with that apply and see what sticks method, personally, now this is my personal experience, your mileage may vary, people don't get a higher percentage of callbacks with that. Whereas if you go, say you go to US Bank and you want to work banking from home because they start out at $20 an hour, which they do. So you go to the US Bank website, you look at their core values and their mission statement, and you put those words from the job description, the mission statement, the core values into your resume because the ATS machine checks for things. And so that is a targeted resume. You're talking about financial services, attendance, dealing with de escalating angry customers, building relationships between the bank and their callers. So there is that, it's a very, very targeted. So if you have the experience and you come across well in the interview, it increases your chances of getting hired. But coming back to the applications, out of every 10 targeted applications, not your generic applications, not see what sticks, the targeted applications, you should be getting 1 to 2 interviews out of every 10 applications. And then out of every interview, you should be getting 1 out of every 5 of those interviews. You should be going to the next step, whether that's an assessment, a second interview, whatever. But that is simply what has worked for me. and your mileage, like I said, may vary. How many streams of income do you have? Huh? Okay, so updated as of today, April 28th, 2023. I am active on Live Ops, but not servicing a client currently. I am active in NextRep and am servicing a client. I am active with remote tasks. I am servicing a client. I am active on Hotel Planner some of the time. Like ever so often, I'll spend a Saturday, a couple hours on a Saturday. It's kind of petered out for me. It's okay. The commission is 15% of the profit. It's okay to do, but it's just kind of, it's not really my thing, but I still stay active on it. I will be joining a regular W 2 as an employee company in late June, so I will tell you more about that. Do you take regular work from home breaks? Yes. So next rep is going to be I'm going to do a ton of hours Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's the bulk of my hours are going to be there. Remote tasks, which I am transcribing or summarizing some audio clips. On that, I'm going to do that a couple hours every so often, 2-3 times a week. That pays decent. Hotel Planner, we'll kind of see, and Live Ops, we'll kind of see. They have a lot of clients out right now, but there's a lot of people looking for clients. How do I know how many hours I worked as a 1099? Make it a spreadsheet or piece of paper and write down a schedule. So 1099 rarely, I'm not saying they never do, but they rarely, okay, that was my fun. They rarely pay for available time. Usually it's talk time. So your 1099 company should tell you how to invoice those talk times and to check it. So I know that Live Ops pays semi-monthly, twice a month, but it's not bi-weekly. It's a little more than 2 weeks on the 1st and 16th. NextRep, it is bi-weekly. And the W2 company I'm hoping to join, cross fingers everything goes through with that, they pay weekly. Remote tasks pays weekly on all approved projects. Okay, so what are some metrics that companies use? The big one is, well, one of the big ones is schedule adherence. Are you showing up? Are you showing up for the full amount of time? Another one is average handle time, AHT. How long are you on the calls on average? Some companies will say, on average, 7 to 8 minutes. Another company, like NextRep, you might only take 1 to 2 calls every hour because it's that you're talking that long. It's not like, dead air, not getting paid. It is the direct response. It is the infomercials and web advertisements and paper stuff going through on that. And the calls can be 15, 30 minutes, 15, 25 minutes. Some are shorter than that, but a lot of them are pretty long and involved. So you do get paid for the paid time. But you definitely want to make sure that you show up for the time that you commit to. A lot of companies, especially NextRep, if your commit adherence, your attendance is below 90%, you don't get the calls hardly. You will not be routed calls. People who show up and do their work are the ones they're going to route the calls to. People who make sales and third-party offers, that's who they're going to send the calls to. So anyways, this went on a little longer than usual. My name is Becky, and I will see you next time.